The CEO searched all the women in the city just to see their waists, because a master once said that only fine women with cherry blossom birthmarks on their waists and have sex with that woman could heal the CEO's internal affliction of young poison, or else he wouldn't live past 30. But after 10 years of searching, he still hadn't found the woman he wanted. One day, while driving, a female student suddenly walked out of the fields, causing the CEO to swerve and crash into a tree. When he woke up again, he found himself in someone's home. He tried to get up to taste the hot porridge on the bedside, but the young poison flared up at that moment. In immense pain, he walked outside, noticing the girl inside was wiping a scar. To his surprise, she had the cherry blossom birthmark on her lower back that he had been searching for all these years. He immediately rushed forward, shouting at the girl to take off her clothes so he could confirm the birthmark. The girl misunderstood and thought the CEO was a pervert, grabbing a broom to chase him out of her house. A few minutes later, still shaken, the girl was about to recount her encounter when her grandmother returned. Just then, the university president called her, and she expected him to demand her tuition. Instead, the president informed her that a mysterious wealthy benefactor had sponsored all her expenses for 4 years of college, along with a $100,000 scholarship each year. The girl was ecstatic upon hearing this. However, when she saw the CEO at the opening ceremony, she realized the wealthy benefactor was the same man who had treated her poorly that day. The girl planned to refuse the CEO's sponsorship at the ceremony, but that would cost her millions in compensation, and her grandmother's heart condition required ongoing treatment. Reluctantly, she agreed to the CEO's sponsorship. That evening, the master called the CEO, congratulating him for finally finding the only purine body in the world. As long as he can have sex with a girl, he would resolve the young poison and live a long life. But it could potentially harm the girl. Lightly, she could be disabled, or worse, could die. The CEO didn't care about the girl's life or death. At that moment, the girl approached him with an IOU, stating she would pay back the sponsored money in the future. The CEO directly tore up the IOU, throwing her a $10 million bank card, demanding she marry him. The girl did not want to sell her dignity for money, but the CEO had already prepared the marriage certificate. Seeing this, the girl was terrified and proposed a divorce, but the CEO threatened her with her grandmother's well-being, forcing her to agree to his demands. The nanny then took the girl to her designated room. Just as she was about to call her grandmother to report in, the CEO unexpectedly stumbled in, trembling. The girl insisted she wasn't ready yet, but the CEO was too strong for her to resist. He didn't force himself on her, but instead pressed closely against her to cool down. The girl felt his body was extremely hot and thought he had a fever, offering to accompany him to the hospital. Unexpectedly, the CEO fell asleep on top of her. After a few hours, the CEO's symptoms had improved slightly. The girl secretly slipped away to call her grandmother, only to find that her grandmother was already in the hospital, having completed heart bypass surgery. The surgery had been paid for by the CEO who sponsored her. Her grandmother urged her to repay the CEO's kindness in the future. The girl was deeply moved, realizing that the seemingly fierce CEO was actually a warm-hearted person. She returned to the CEO's embrace and slept peacefully through the night. The next morning, she discovered they hadn't had any intimate relations, feeling that the CEO was a good person. That day, the girl attended the school's freshman dance, but was stopped outside for not wearing a formal dress, and her classmates mocked her, claiming that without a dress or partner, she couldn't attend. Humiliated, the girl ran downstairs, only to bump into the CEO. He had come specifically to be her dance partner, bringing her an expensive dress and accessories, and had arranged a delicate makeup for her. When the teacher called the roll and the girl was missing, everyone laughed, saying she couldn't afford a dress and had dropped out. But the next moment, the girl appeared, stunningly dressed, and everyone was left in awe.